Now, one of the things that I think is hugely positive about Cardiff is that for a long time it's had really strong engagement mechanisms for young people to have their voices heard. And so I think the Cardiff Story Museum is doing a really good service to value these Diff Diaries, and I hope we can go on with that and build on that, so that you've got a kind of oral record of what people's lives were like at a particular point in time. Sometimes if you capture the spoken voice, you get so much more of that person and what they're trying to say. One of the great strengths of Cardiff as a city is that, it's quite a small city, but it's got within it all the institutions that you have in a capital.
I think having that a visual record is so important. People it only need to be a couple of years down the line and people kind of forget what it was like. Also, I think they're having this context and being able to record it is an important tool going forward. That's highlighted the fact that the new curriculum that is being brought in Wales, it's actually brought to reality the fact that we need to be adapting on a quicker. The ability to communicate virtually. From my perspective at Screenlines Wales, we're developing resources that can mean that pupils can get a handle on careers in the TV and film industry, even when they can't get out. That with the Diff Diaries, we're getting a record of what young people, because they've now got the ability to record stuff, they can we can have that on record. I think it's great to have external partners because everybody brings a different mindset to the table.
As the end result would be to have some presentation of what pupils went through, I think is amazing, because what we do with some pupils now, even part of history in primary school, is we look back on children's experiences during the war and things like this, and if they're recorded, then you can analyse them further on in the future. I think we can underestimate children and how well they can cope in situations, really. So, when I go in and I talk to them about their experiences online, and I'm always quite, taken back by what they know about mental health and cyberbullying and its effects and things like this. So, I think we can easily underestimate children.
Right. So it's a policy decision that we took a couple of years back. So working with UNICEF to become a child-friendly accredited city. So we're trying to embed a child's rights approach across the council. We're hoping to involve children and young people in shaping our local development plan, which is the long-term plan for the city. I think what I'm most worried about, and I think everybody is most worried about, is what has happened to the most vulnerable children. And in terms of Cardiff commitment, the support we get from our partners, whether it's in terms of looking at work experience, apprenticeships, we like to use that muscle to help our looked after children, and making sure that they get some of those chances.
Thank you so much for giving your time. We really appreciate it, and your words will, I think, have a really great impact when edited together in the show reel. And then all your suggestions about, how the Diff Diaries can evolve into something bigger and trying to get the voices heard that we haven't heard from, we'll definitely take that on board.